have a sense of humour? And the answer to that is yes. Tell God your future plans. That's a little bit gloomy, that one. But I think God does have a sense of humour. Yeah? If you want to prove it, look in the mirror in the mornings. Why we've been given this sense of humour as a gift. It's a gift to all humanity to have this wonderful facility for laughter and a sense of humour. Do we really know what it is? Well, in my opinion, a sense of humour is a sense of looking at things from a different angle. That is to say, there you have a subject there. Well, instead of looking at it straight on, like we always do, linear is it, or analog, try look at it sideways, this way, that way, upside down. And you learn quite a lot about various subjects and various concepts if you just look at things from a different point of view. And very often you can look at a problem from a different point, from a different standpoint, from a different point of view. And the problem is very often the solution presents itself right away. If you look at an argument, or if you have a difference of opinion with someone, and you try to see it their way as well as your way, then once again you get a different view of things. Sometimes a very humorous a view that will make you laugh, because that is what humour is. It's seeing things, seeing the difference in things, seeing the difference in sizes of things. The posh word for it is incongruity, but perceiving incongruity, perceiving the differences, both of valuations, measurements, and that is what a sense of humour is, and that's where why the laughter is created.
So, in your own experience, if God has got a sense of humour, in your own experience,
God has got a sense. Not God hasn't got. God has given us some of His sense of humour. God has given us this wonderful gift. It's the gift of laughter is a tremendous Christmas present from God, because it can soothe a hurt mind. It can pour oil on troubled waters. It can be a thing for merriment. It can give you merriment. It can be uplifting. It makes you feel good. It's a wonderful thing, laughter.
So a gift, I guess.
Yes, of course, it's a gift. Yes.
A gift. So in your own life, in your everyday life, are there experiences?
Many.
And times where you sort of see almost like God's humour.
If you have the ability to see the funny side of things, then it's a wonderful gift. It can help you all through your life. Through my life, every day. In fact, a very, very wise man once said that any day in which you have not laughed has been completely wasted. So every day is a good day if you have a good laugh. And I have a good laugh most days. We've just been to a place we go to here every time we come to Darlington every year. We go to see this little shop just on the outskirts called Now and Then. And it's a shop full of, I call it a knick-knackery. It's full of all little oddments and little ideas and funny little things and So we go there and we have a good laugh with the lady and gentleman who run it. And in fact, she'll be in the show tonight, Janice. And we did have a laugh today at the hotel. The dog bit me last night, so that wasn't a laugh.
But with your gifts then and your talents, do you see that then as almost God-given?
Of course, yes. We are as God has made us, and some of us have been given various skills, and some of us have been given various talents. It's amazing, it's wonderful the way it's all shared out, where nearly every single person, no, I wouldn't say nearly, yes, I would say no, every human being has some particular skill, talent, knack, if you like to call it that, little gimmick. Everybody can do something very, very clever. Everybody can. Whether it's writing poetry, singing songs, playing instruments, telling jokes, becoming a priest. That's made you laugh. Whatever it is, we've all been given various talents, and we're supposed to use them for the good of everybody else.
In reference, though, to the particular talents, though, of
laughter making.
Yeah, the laughter making. Does that then give us a glimpse So does it show us or tell us how God as a creator is? Does that give us some kind of insight into his own, I would say, like personality or character? The fact that he's like bestowed in you like this kind of great gift to make people laugh and this desire for other people be happy. You are tell us something about God.
You are the son of a famous comedian, and you must know that comedy, and you've had a go at it yourself. And now you're entering into another humorous vocation, giving advice to other people who don't really want it. You must know that being a humorist, which is the same as a comedian or a writer, but being a person who loves humor does give you quite a I hope I'm not being too pompous or too not being big-headed, but it gives you a philosophical view of life. You learn to appreciate the downs as well as the ups. You can't live life entirely always on the crest of a wave. You know that waves have a top and a bottom, and you have to you learn to appreciate the view from down below and the view from up above. It's quite a philosophical skill, art, creative act to be an entertainer. Yes, to be an entertainer is to want to give pleasure, give a happy time to other people. I think so. Yes. The entertainers who really do it for their own gratification, I don't think they can't be very rewarding that, because you're only really pleasing yourself. But if you know you've given happiness, I get some wonderful letters. I had a wonderful letter yesterday. I showed it around. Absolutely wonderful about a lady was it a gentleman or a lady? But they don't say that their parents they'd had terrible illnesses. And yet she'd bought them tickets to see the show because their favourite song was a song that I sing called Happiness. And I hope it did give them another little lift, because they must be very brave and very courageous people. But that's all through life. You meet very, very brave people who have overcome all sorts of handicaps and illnesses, and humour and a laugh, or a song that has a lifting effect, like Happiness, or when you're smiling. One of those songs that give you a good feeling. Yes, it's very, very, very important.
And do you think in humour and in laughter, and especially those that carry that gift around with them, do you think we kind of see a reflection of God's humour?
I think so. In the Bible, there is a quotation which used to puzzle me, but one is that laughter. I think it was like laughter, well, it's just laughter of fools, but laughter is like the crackling of thorns. A fire, setting fire to crackling of thorns underneath a cooking pot. But laughter can be destructive. Laughter can be just personal gratification. If that's all's behind it. No, the best kind of laughter, the best kind of entertaining laughter is when you make somebody else happy and you make somebody else's life a bit better. And surely that is God's work. God doesn't want us to be miserable. No, I'm sure. God doesn't want us to be going around all the time beating our chests and bemoaning and moaning and whinging. God wants us to be happy. I'm sure God wants us to be joyful. God wants us to be joyful and enjoy each other's company and enjoy each other's laughter and joy.
Well, here's the thing. Do you think there's going to be laughter in heaven?
Oh, I'm sure there will. I'm sure there will. There are people who say there isn't, but I'm sure there's joyful laughter in heaven. I'm sure there's laughter. If you want to hear the most beautiful laughter, surely the kind of laughter you will get in heaven, pass any school playground, and you'll see little children, jumping up and down, jumping around, leaping around, and laughing. Why? For the sheer joy of being alive. No jokes. No jokes. No, not being tickled or anything else. No. Just for the sheer joy of life. that beautiful feeling you get when the sun is shining and you go out one morning and you breathe that lovely, beautiful, clear air and you think, God, it's good to be alive.
Yeah, I just can make it more complicated, can't it? It's children, they're just like, they want my money sometimes. Because you've kind of spent your life, well, almost like as a joy giver, giving life to others, how has that personally affected you and shaped your life?
I'm sure it helped me enormously. I'm almost sure it probably, I'm positive that it helped me to stay alive as long as I have stayed alive. I think a happy heart does help you. Oh yes, I'm sure, yes, it helped me. Or many, I can't think of a time when I didn't laugh. Even when things haven't been going all that great, I've still found something to laugh at. The perception or the view of other human beings and the things they do and the way they behave is quite comical. Yes, it does make you laugh.
And just finally, do you have a favourite person from the Bible who you think would have been a bit of a joker, a naturally funny person?
A naturally funny person. I don't think there are funny people. There are people who, I say, have the gift of being able to see the funny side of life. There are people who can impersonate and imitate various emotions in other people.
But anybody from the Bible? Do you think?
I don't want to be too. I don't want to be a holy roller or too serious, but my favourite person in the Bible is obviously Jesus. Because Jesus, even I don't say he was a stand-up comedian, but he told some the parables. Some of them are quite humorous. Certainly, they are perceiving the inequalities and the unequalness of human nature and frailties. Yes, they're great stories. They're quite whimsical. Some of them are quite whimsical. Yes, I'd have to say that. See, a comedian really is a communicator. He's as well as being just a gag teller and a joke teller and pull funny faces. Basically, at the very core of his being, he's a communicator. Or she is a communicator of ideas, sometimes funny ideas, hopefully comical ideas, hopefully ideas that will get a laugh, particularly if you tell it the right way. So a comedian is a communicator, and I do really admire anybody who can communicate their thoughts in a very, very in a strong manner, in a very, very efficient manner. So therefore, probably the greatest communicator of all must have been Jesus Christ.